Hello, hello. I hope I was not the only one vibing with that countdown music for the past 30 seconds. It's good to see you guys. My name is Liz, our Chief Student Wrangler, and I am absolutely stoked to be here hosting the first ever Wildcard pitches. So this is the first time that we've introduced this to the national competition. So if you're familiar with Yes, you're used to seeing regional winners from across the country get announced over the past probably 3 to 4 weeks. And those regional winners are going to be pitching against each other at the national event in December. But this year, we're introducing this new wild card round where we've invited the top scoring teams from the regions, if they didn't become their regional winner, to actually pitch one more time to make that last slot at nationals. So the teams that you're going to see pitch today are the teams who have earned the most points from the 5 Yes challenges throughout the year. So they've put in the mahi since February, and now they get one more shot to pitch for a chance at nationals. So we're stoked to have 11 teams pitching today, and we've put together 5 incredible judges who have the hard task of choosing which one of these 11 teams is going to be the wild card winner. So speaking of our judges, let's go ahead and introduce them to you all. So our first judge is Warren Sue. Warren is the squad leader, which I think is a super fun title, at Endgame, which is a software development house specializing in creating cloud applications. So we've asked each of our judges 3 fun questions all around the theme of wild. So the wildest thing that Warren has ever done is move to Melbourne with no planned job and no planned place to live. How long did you last there, Warren?
Lasted there 12 months.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
With a place to live?
Ended up, yes, I did.
Yeah, nice. And the wildest thing he's eaten is crocodile pizza or chicken feet. And then the wildest place he's ever been, Caracas, during political protests, which I can imagine was wild. Warren, thanks so much for being here. Really appreciate having you.
Nice to be here. I'm excited.
Yeah, awesome. Okay. So next up, we've got Amanda Morell. She is the co-founder and trustee with Simplicity. She's a personal finance expert, author, and also a yoga teacher. And the advice that she gives to our young ones is don't get into debt and save earlier rather than later. And also make sure you do some yoga for the mind and the body. So Amanda, the wildest thing she did was to leave home at the age of 9 to go and study at a ballet school, which was a 5-hour plane ride. So where was that school?
That was in Toronto, and I lived in Calgary. So it was quite a long way to go for a little kid.
Yeah, no kidding. Yikes. And do you still do ballet now?
No, but hence the yoga transition later in life. Good foundation.
Yeah, makes sense. There you go. Cool. Wildest thing she's ever eaten is snake. And the wildest place she's been is Siberia. What is colder, Siberia or a Dunedin flat?
Well, I'll tell you next year when my son lives through the first winter in his crappiest flat ever, I call it castle. But so I can't testify to Dunedin. But as to Siberia and Canada cold, Siberia wins even over cold Canada.
Okay, shivering just thinking about it. Thanks for having you, Amanda. Appreciate you being here.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so next we've got John Robson, or JR, as he goes by. He's the general manager of Bridge West Ventures in New Zealand and holds an executive position within the group. The wildest thing he's ever done is climbed Mount Kilimanjaro. How long did that take?
We did 5 days up and 2 days down.
Nice. Did you get any altitude sickness or anything like that?
Drugs, lots of fluids, amazing team of people, best experience of my life.
Yeah, awesome. Cool. The wildest food he's ever eaten is locust. Was that on the same trip?
It was the same trip.
Yeah. And then the wildest place he's ever been is a crash landing in Burundi.
Yeah, we crash landed in Central Africa in 1982.
Oh, goodness.
But nobody killed, just a dangerous place to be.
Yeah, sounds like it. Oh, man. Well, thanks for being here, JR. Glad to have you.
No, thanks for inviting me.
Cool. Thanks. All right. Next up, we've got Craig Johnston. He's the National Field Marketing Manager for Red Bull New Zealand and is responsible for managing the student strategy and entrepreneurship startup project, Red Bull Basement. So Craig used to live in Cambodia for a couple of years, which he said was pretty wild. And when he was doing that, he did a tubing trip down the Nam Song River in Laos. And the wildest food he's ever eaten was a fully grown tarantula or a snake. So this tarantula had all the hair on it and everything?
Yeah, and surprisingly, the tarantula is not too bad until you get to the back end of the tarantula. That was the only hard bit to eat, to be fair. Huge, though.
Would you do it again?
One and done.
Yep.
I've done my tarantula. It's ticked off. Never again.
Yeah. Cool. And then the wildest thing he's done is skydiving, which is definitely pretty wild. Thanks so much for being here, Craig. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Excited to be here and see everyone's pictures for sure.
Awesome. All right. And last but not least, we've got Sita Naden. She's the CEO or Chief Excitement Officer and co-founder of Afi App, a social peer support wellbeing app that helps at giving the right support at the right time. So Sita, wildest place you've ever been, Papua New Guinea, which you said is pretty wild, just with the scenery, the rivers, all of that. Crocodiles, wild animals. Did you see any of those?
All the time. All the time. It's like a sheep or a cow in the fields that you see here in Aotearoa. So, yeah, pretty normal over there.
Okay. And then the wildest food you've ever eaten. You didn't actually just eat it. You actually caught and skinned it yourself, a goat.
And then I cooked it.
Well,
last week.
Yeah.
Literally last week.
Did you do that just because you needed a wild food to give me as an answer? So you said, I need to go do something crazy.
I wish, but it was to do with a kai kaupapa. But yeah, definitely tested me. I was on Google, like, how do you cook goat? I've never cooked goat before. But hey, master at it now.
There you go. All right. Well, that is the 5 judges that we have on our judging panel for today. So they're going to be listening to each of our 11 teams pitch. And the way this will work is each team will have 5 minutes to pitch with 2 minutes of questions from the judges. We'll have a wee little break halfway in between after the first 6 pitches, and then we'll come back together at about 6 o'clock to figure out who our wildcard team is going to be. So we're going to go ahead and crack on into this and get our first team up. So the first team pitching is from the Waikato region. They are called Hive Hut from Cambridge High School. They are striving to reduce waste and turn waste products into a range of beeswax-based products. Hi, girls. How you doing?
Hello.
Good to see you. All right. Are y'all ready to go?
Yep, definitely.
Cool. So whenever you are ready, you can go ahead and get started.
Awesome. We're just sharing a screen. Perfect. I think. Yep. Did that work? Are you guys able to see our PowerPoint?
Yep, we can see it. Perfect.
Cool. All right. Kia ora, I'm Sharia, and this is Courtney, and we're representatives of Hive Hut, based in the Waikato. Did you know that beeswax is a byproduct in the process of honey making? Did you know that it's often wasted and not used sustainably by beekeepers? Well, we've worked alongside Comvita to help reduce the wasted potential of beeswax. We've also found that there was a lack of environmentally friendly products for customers to buy.
To solve this problem, Hive Hut has created a range of environmentally friendly beeswax-based products made from natural ingredients to use up this highly versatile byproduct. Our product range consists of lip balms, body butters, and lotion bars for your skincare, as well as wax melts and candles for your home. To validate our products to see if customers would buy them, we sent out a survey to the staff and students at Cambridge High School. We also sent a survey to the local grapevine and our social medias. As well as this, we had members from our local community trial our products and give us feedback, which allowed us to make improvements to the recipes and create the final ones that we use to make our products today.
Our products are innovative as they are made from entirely natural ingredients. The idea behind our business is to reduce the waste and create products that customers can use in their day-to-day lives, whether it be for their home or whether it be for their skin.
What sets Hive Hut apart is that we're a small local business, which allows us to develop more personal connections with our customers. It means we're able to engage and relate on a more personal level, which we've found to be an important part of sales.
Not only does this help us to develop stronger connections with our customers, but it also means that we can focus on the quality control of our products. As we make our products by hand in batches, we can maintain and monitor each individual product as it is being made.
Our cultural goal for this year was to include the Māori business concept of kaitiakitanga in our business activities. We did this by carefully considering the impact that our business would have on the environment, and by using locally sourced beeswax, such as the 8 kg blocks donated from Comvita, as well as other natural ingredients sourced locally from ethical sources. Our economic goal was to maintain and manage our financial stability throughout the year. We did this by carefully considering and budgeting. This helped us to stay on top of our expenses as well as account for any costs that were to incur. Sustainability is very important to Hi-Fi, in particular environmental sustainability, as this is largely what our business is centered around. We've thought critically about the use of packaging and material in our business so that we can replace the traditional plastic packaging that would be used for our products with more sustainable alternatives. We use aluminium containers for our lip balms and body butters, which are recyclable. And on top of this, we offer to collect the old tins and organza bags from our customers so that we can reuse them to reduce waste. Our target market consists of those aged between 13 to 65 who are conscious about the environment as well as natural ingredients in their products. This gives us a varying demographic, and we have found that it is generally the attitudes and beliefs of environmental issues that appeals to our customers most. In order to reach our target market, we've used a range of promotion methods throughout the year, including a radio interview with Camille from The Breeze, a newspaper article in our local paper, The Cambridge News, and our social media accounts on Instagram and Facebook. Of these, we've found that the newspaper article was the most effective, as shortly after the article was published, many people from our local community recognised who we were. Our main sales channels were our local and regional markets, where we earn the majority of our sales and profits, as indicated on the graph. Along with this, we also had our social medias and websites, and over the year, we sold a total of 232 units across our product range. In terms of the cost breakdown for our products, the cheapest item for us to make is our lotion bars, which cost us $1.19 to make. We then sell these for $8 and make a total of $6.81 profit. In contrast to this, the most expensive item for us to produce is our body butters, which cost us $5.19 to make. We then sell these for $16 and make a total of $10.81 profit from a single sale. Our main sources of finance, as mentioned previously, were our markets, where we made on average $140 in sales, which relates to $99 in profit per market. Along with this, we also had our websites and our social medias, such as Instagram and Facebook. Throughout the year, we've made a total of $2,213 in sales, or $1,573 in profit after expenses we had to account for throughout the year. As we were in Waikato, we had the alert levels changing throughout the year, but this didn't have as much of an impact on our business because we're able to order our materials in bulk. So we were still able to produce and sell our products on our well-established social media and website. Moving forward, we would like to continue our business throughout next year, as well as expand our product range as well as our scents. Thank you for listening.
Nice work. Great job, team. Okay, so we'll go ahead and hand it over to the judges, and judges will have 2 minutes to ask you questions. So judges, I will be strict on time. Apologies in advance if I have to cut you off. Yep, go ahead, Amanda.
Hey, great job, ladies, and I love the product. I just had a question about your target market because it's quite a large range. You said from ages 13 to 65. And yet your distribution channel is mainly online, and Instagram, I would imagine, is quite a younger audience. So do you think maybe you've gone a bit too wide, or what was your reason for going wide? And if so, how can you get that older demographic like me who might be on their Instagram feed all the time?
So one of our sales channels were markets. So we did our local markets, and we found that a lot of the older generation tend to visit the markets on Sundays or whichever day of the week it is. And we found that the majority of our buyers on the older generation, they bought quite a bit from the market. So I think with the markets we can appeal to that sort of generation.
Yeah, and just adding to that, we use Facebook to try to reach the older generation as well. So we do have a Facebook account. And we did also have posters put up in our local community as well.
Thank you.
I've got a question. In terms of the environmental factor, I heard that you offer to collect the tins and the organza bags. How successful was that? And did you actually factor in that the other alternative for the environmental issue would be actually then driving to pick it up? So was there certain days that you would do it, or drop-offs, or how did you figure that out if that was a successful offer?
So the idea behind it was that people could bring them back to markets. So we had a few markets, like our local one in particular, the Cambridge Lions Market. We were there every month. So the idea was that people could like bring them back to the market, if they came to the next market and stuff.
Cool. JR, did you have a question? We've got time for one
Yes.
more.
You mentioned that the raw materials were donated from Convita. Have you factored in what the actual cost would be to purchase materials going forward at bulk and what that would do to your profit margins?
Yeah, so yeah, we factored that in right at the start. Was we found a couple of places online that we could buy beeswax from if we needed to, and we factored that into our cost to make.
Okay, thank you. It's a great presentation. Thank you.
Perfect.
All right, fantastic. Good job, judges. That was right at 2 minutes, so I'm impressed already. All right, well done, Hive Hut. Thank you so much for coming on and being the first team to kick off our wildcard pitches. I know you just pitched yesterday as well with your regional final happening, the last one across the country. So it's been a big couple of days for you. I hope you feel really proud of yourselves.
Yeah, definitely. This has been an amazing opportunity, and we're like crazy grateful for it. So yeah.
Awesome. And hopefully now that you guys are back at level 2, you can get out and keep selling at some more of those markets face to face.
Yeah. That would be awesome.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. So round of applause. I'm sure everyone who's watching right now. Great job, team. And we'll see you later. Okay. So the next team up is a team from Northland called Green Kiwi. They're based out of Kerikeri High School. Green Kiwi Supplements has developed a first-to-market New Zealand-grown olive leaf supplement which can support immune and cardiovascular health from what is normally an industry byproduct. So we've got Max here. Hey, Max, how's it going?
Good. How are you, Liz?
Yeah, doing well. Doing very well, thank you. All right, so we will be ready to kick it off here. Are you all good to go?
Yep, I'll just share my screen with you just a minute.
Awesome. This is good. It gives the judges a little bit more time to finish marking from the first one.
Gary. Share screen. Okay, just go share screen.
Have you got your...
Right. As you keep going, Max, as Max figures that out, I'll just let you guys who are watching know our nationals, which is going to be streamed online as well so that you can tune into those pitches. That is on the 15th of December. So Wednesday, the 15th of December, we'll have the 21 regional winners plus our wild card team to be determined. They're going to be pitching during the day. So from roughly 9:30 to 2:30 or 3 is when the pitches are happening. And then at 7:30 p.m. in the evening, we're going to have our awards ceremony. So this would normally be 400-person event in Wellington, but we wanted to make sure that everybody would be able to participate and enjoy it in the same way. So we've gone online, but we are busy planning some really cool things and some fun videos and such that we're going to demo and bring out during the award ceremony that evening. So you can go onto our website, youngenterprise.org.nz, and you can find out some more information about that event and how you can sign up to find the links to view it. All right, I'll check back in. Max, how's that going?
Just a minute.
Okay.
Sorry, Liz.
That's okay.
We just...
Technical issue.
It's all good.
Doesn't usually... Gary's just trying to sort it out. Just a second. It's not working, Liz. I'm sorry about that.
That's okay.
We're gonna have to shift it because it doesn't want to share it.
Not a problem, Max. Don't stress, mate. You'll get it sorted out. Technical things happen. I feel like that's the way of the world the past couple of years, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what we might do is kick it over to our next team. All right, Max, and we'll give you a chance to get that sorted. Okay, so you just stay there, get it sorted in the background, and then we'll kick it over to our next team, okay? So I'll go ahead and intro our next team, make sure that they're ready and comfortable. So the next team up is from Western Bay of Plenty. That's the region. They're out of Otomatai College called Toi Mataranga. Their mission is to assist the younger generations of New Zealand in becoming bilingual in English and Te Reo Māori by producing children's storybooks. Hi, Toi Mataranga. How are you? Good. All right, feel free to go ahead and unmute yourselves. We can see your presentation, so that's awesome. You've nailed that. And if you unmute yourselves, let's test the sound.
Hi.
Yeah, perfect. All right, thanks for being flexible and for being on and ready. Are you guys good to go?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Go ahead and kick it off.
Ko tōku reo toku ohoho, ko tōku reo toku mapihi mauria. Did you know that only 3.7% of New Zealanders would understand what I just said? We are Toi Mataranga, and to address the lack of biculturalism in Aotearoa, we have produced an educational and interactive book to assist younger generations in becoming confident using te reo Māori and retaining the Māori legends told by our ancestors. Our logo displays the tukutuku peno pattern Potama, which has significant meaning in te ao Māori. The pattern symbolises the levels of attainment and knowledge, fitting our business name Toi Mataranga, which refers to the knowledge gained through art. Our unique value propositions lie within Te Pūrākau o Mauao, our storybook, which contains 3 key sensory elements. Reo Atata, the legend of Mauao, is written in te reo Māori and English to encourage bilinguality and association between the languages. Toi Atata, the custom-created colouring pages, provide a kinesthetic element and encourages the child to maintain engagement with the legend. The final element is Atata Rongo, through the use of our 2 QR codes, one each for te reo Māori and English. When scanned, a YouTube video will open and the story will be read aloud in the chosen language.
Research found that we do not have any direct competitors, as existing products only include one of the 3 elements present in our book. We identified a gap in the market for books that incorporated multiple sensory elements, giving us access to a niche market with clear differentiation from competitors. We carried out validation through a survey promoted on community Facebook pages to effectively reach our target market of mothers aged 25 to 35. Over half of our 63 respondents indicated that they would definitely be interested in purchasing our product, and this turned into 34 pre-sales. This gave us confidence to increase our initial order from 100 books to 150, as we knew demand was high.
From the sale of over 170 books, we made a profit of over $1,700, exceeding our initial goal, as well as being environmentally sustainable by packaging all of our books in recyclable paper and twine. Our product is culturally responsive as its primary focus is to increase the everyday use of te reo Māori. Losing legends surrounding te ao Māori would mean not only losing a part of the Māori culture and language, but the identity of Aotearoa. Therefore, we place huge importance on providing a product to help prevent this from happening. Finally, to be socially responsible, we are supporting Te Tuinga Whānau, a support service trust whose mission aligns with ours, donating 1 in every 10 books sold.
Toi Mataranga's startup capital was $600, $50 contributed by each team member, and $400 from funding opportunities. Printing 150 books cost $590, making our cost per unit under $4. All other costs, such as our artist, packaging, and marketing, totaled another $600 paid for by our pre-sales. To ensure profit, we sold our books for $19.99. In 12 days, we sold and donated our first 150 books, generating a net profit before tax of over $1,500, which is used for a second print run. Our return on investment was 250%, allowing us to say that our business is financially stable. This gave us confidence in the decision to begin working on producing an entirely new book to continue the growth of our business and allow for diversification in future endeavours.
Our constant promotional strategy was via Instagram and Facebook, as our validation indicated that the majority of our target market uses at least one of these platforms daily. Through this, we featured on accounts such as Today in History NZ, Reo Māori, and Alicia Liebezite, together having a combined following of 53,000 people. Our business had a total reach from Facebook of 7,000 and an Instagram reach of 3,000. The highlight of our promotional strategies was being featured in the Bay of Plenty Times, which is delivered to over 20,000 homes, allowing our business to gain exposure. A colouring competition was also held through schools, where the winner had their colouring featured on the cover of our book, from which we received 317 entries. Potential customers were directed to Storby, our primary sales channel, which allowed us to efficiently process orders nationwide. Local customers were also able to purchase our book at Books of Plenty, as well as sales made through Facebook and community pages such as Choice. Successful online marketing meant that 53 sales were generated through direct messaging alone. There is an alarming lack of children using te reo Māori in conversations, though we trust that our book is and will continue to rectify this issue. Ko tōku reo toku ohoho, ko tōku reo toku mapihi mauria, meaning my language is my awakening, my language is the window to my soul. From the Toi Mataranga team, we hope you enjoyed our presentation and thank you for your time. Nō reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā rā tātou katoa.
Awesome job, girls. Well done. That was great. So cool. All right, so we'll bring the judges on for 2 minutes of questions for you. So they'll just be popping up here on the screen. There we go. And if our first judge, if you want to go ahead and kick it over, who would like to start us off with the first question? All right, Warren.
Kia ora, girls. Well done. That was awesome. I loved it. Just a quick question. Did you say you've created a new book additional to the one you had in your presentation?
So we're in the process of creating a second book. So we wanted to start off locally. We're from Tauranga, so we did The Legend of Mowal, Mount Maunganui. And after that, we're going to look at doing other Maunga stories and then possibly branching into Maui stories as well, like those kind of things. So we wanted to start off with the Maunga series because there's lots of different Maunga stories from all around Aotearoa and, yeah, stories to be told from different iwi and peoples.
Thank you.
He pātai mōku, a quick question from me. So yeah, tino o taia tērā whakaaro mo tō Pākehī. That's a really amazing idea for a business, especially, you know, showcasing the pūrākau. And I think also, you know, being your ukaipo is tauranga moana, that's a really, really good concept to start off with that. But I did see something about the QR codes. Is that going to be delivered in all the books? So having that access to the QR codes so that everyone can sort of screen and see where the stories are from?
Yep, so the QR code is on the inside cover of our book, and it will be the same for the other stories that we do intend to create. So the reason for this is to have the story being read aloud in Te Reo Māori and Te Reo Pākehā as well, just to encourage that bilinguality, and also because obviously our ancestors learned from listening to their stories from our tepuna, so to have that whakaaro being brought through into everyday life, although it is digitally, having them still being able to whakarongo to the story, pūrākau.
Yeah, rawe. Yeah, tino pai. Pai tērā kia hau. Ka pai.
Thank you, guys. It's a great idea and obviously very timely. So I think you'll have a lot of luck with it. Was there any consideration for activating your sales within schools possibly, or other channels where you've got that younger audience, but to scale?
Yep, so through the colouring in competition that we did, which we got a winner for the colouring competition of the cover of our book, we returned all of the colouring to the 317 students that entered into that competition, along with where the parents could purchase our book and stuff like that. So getting into schools that way. Along with that, we have had sales from our local schools, small sales, so obviously working up to actually being able to have big sales into schools is something that we are also looking at.
Sweet, thank you.
All right, that's our 2 minutes of questions. Thanks very much, judges. Toi Mataranga, well done, girls. That was another awesome pitch. I have a question for you myself, actually. Will you accept adult submissions for your coloring challenge?
Yes, of course.
Asking for a friend. Awesome, well done. Thank you very much. Have a great afternoon, and hopefully we'll see you back here a little bit later if you can make it. Okay, so our next team up will be Max from Green Kiwi. We'll give them just a second, but I will remind those of you who are watching, if you're tuning in on our YouTube channel or on our Facebook page, you can leave comments or ask some questions yourself if you'd like. So if you just put in those comments either on YouTube or on Facebook, we'll be able to see them and we can draw them up. So feel free to congratulate and shout out and clap for the teams as you see them pitch. And we'll make sure we share some of those lovely comments with them. All right, Max, did we get it sorted and figured out?
Yep, I think so.
Great. Cool. So I'll just introduce you one more time then, Max. So Max is from Kerikeri High School, and his business, Green Kiwi Supplements, has developed a first-to-market New Zealand-grown olive leaf supplement, which can support immune and cardiovascular health from what is normally an industry byproduct. All right, Max, we are going to kick it over to you. Feel free to start when you're ready.
Cool. You can see that all good, Liz? that's changed over?
Yes.
This is not good for us. Oh, yep, you can see it.
Yep, we're good, Max. Perfect.
New Zealanders have always been resourceful thinkers. We do things in ways that are innovative, different. We have a propensity to reuse and repurpose. Innovation has always been a hallmark in what it means to do business with Kiwis, and it's synonymous with New Zealand's reputation. Now, this might not be your typical business story, but this is how our sustainability narrative began. You see, it was 2 years ago now today where I noticed my neighbour driving a tractor load of olive leaves and branches down our road. Armed with a bit of self-taught knowledge around olive leaf's relevance in the nutraceutical industry, and we got talking. As Kiwis do, we see something which doesn't seem quite right, and we start to think. Now today, it's my time to tell the story about what got me thinking into what got me going. This is who we are, and this is what we do. This is the story behind Green Kiwi Supplements. What if I told you that right now, tons of olive leaf is rotting at the bottom of driveways, being thrown off banks, fed carelessly to livestock, and even worse, it's being burnt. Every year when it gets to the end of summer, olive oil producers dump exponential waste as a result from producing our beloved olive oil. This is what makes us tick here at Green Kiwi. We take this traditional waste stream and divert it into a first-to-market New Zealand grown immune and cardiovascular health supplement. This is Green Kiwi olive extract. As we know, trust is one of the biggest issues facing natural health products today. How is it made? How does it work? And how can we be assured as consumers that it does what it says it's going to do? And rightly so, because we trust this product with our health, which is our most important asset. Developing a product at Green Kiwi, which is safe, credible, and trustworthy, is right at the heart of what we do. Backed by science, olive extract is batch tested for efficacy by New Zealand's leading laboratories, offering customers a credible, naturally effective product to support a robust immune system and cardiovascular health. This is a product from no faraway land full of fillers and a thin facade of murky science. This is one straightforward bioactive ingredient that's backed by science and comes from an origin you know and trust, New Zealand. Having a product with a strong market origin reputation has led us to be well on track with our goals of developing a market-leading supplement. We've entered 10 retailer doorways, and we've put it down to our hands-on approach to staff training. We're ranging on Hardy's health stores. And currently, 90% of all retailers in our portfolio have training packs. All up, 2021 sales figures are at 157 bottles. Our approach to business has seen us become Fernmark licensees. One of the proudest moments one of the proudest moments for me this year. I couldn't be happier flying the Fern among many other Kiwi brands here in New Zealand. Our engagement in the New Zealand business and the natural health scene has attracted significant national and international attention. This year alone, we've been selected as New Zealand government diplomatic officials, representing New Zealand supplements and other economic sectors at World Expo. We've been featured on Scoop, Exporters Today, the Relaunch a Business podcast, Northern Business Finder, and we're also been on the national news Dubai. Our recent collaboration with Trust Codes has meant we've attracted some significant leading food and beverage insight media outlets, currently working with Food Ticker, Good Magazine, and there's a good chance that on the back of our trip to Dubai, we'll be featured on the AM show. To conclude, our financials are in good stead, despite having our major trading hub Auckland closed for a huge proportion of this year. This lockdown has diminished our major retailers' business confidence, resulting in a bit of a financial backlash in the last quarter, although just over 50% of the 398 units of stock have been sold, and this is being reflected in our current operating balance, largely thanks to our low operating expenses. While the per unit cost is still sitting quite high at $42 per bottle, we're convinced that once broken into major retailers, we will begin to be paid back on our significant investment in staff training. Hopefully, we'll see an increase of at least 20% profit margin on our next batch of product. We're a disruptive brand on a mission. Small and agile, we have a diverse team with strong capability, strong foundational alliances with suppliers that are built on personal relationships. But there's one vital ingredient our world-class product contains that you simply can't manufacture: trust. Supplements with a conscience, that's Green Kiwi. Kia ora.
Nicely done, Max.
Thank you.
Well done, especially with the start with trying to get the technology working. So great job to kick it off and go through with that. So we'll go ahead and turn it over to the judges. 2 minutes of questions from you guys.
I'll go. Thanks, Max. Very, very slick presentation. Have you considered anything alternative to bricks and mortar to selling with a retailer?
Yeah, we have. We think it's the best approach to take for speed to market is bricks and mortar. And we've also noticed that, especially, backing up that whole trust story, people are becoming more and more skeptical of online products, and having a well-trained naturopath in store recommending a product, that's the way to build, that trust between a supplier and your end consumer,
Cool. And sorry. Thank you. Just really quickly, what laboratories, what testing did you do? You touched on it, but
so we test for the bioactive compound, which is oleuropein. That's sort of the industry standard for efficacy, because that's what all the clinical trials are done on. And then we also test for quality, and that's looking at things like your Salmonella, E. coli, and those things that could be naturally present in the growing environment. We use Assure Quality and Cawthron Institute for those tests, which are they're both independent laboratories.
Cool. Lastly, did you do any independent testing? Did someone independent come and do your testing for you?
Yes, Cawthron and Assure Quality test for all those things I just mentioned.
Thanks, Max.
Cool.
JR?
You said for the single unit cost was $42.80. Can you just a really large number? Can you just explain the breakdown of that? I understood some of it was to do with training. What is the makeup of the $42?
Yep. So especially with contract manufacturing, when you're dealing with contract manufacturers, it's really important to understand that when you're dealing with really low production runs, that per unit cost is really, really high because their overheads are really expensive. But as that comes down, when you're looking at 10,000 units, that comes down to about $5 per unit. So yeah, it's all about economies of scale in this situation. Yeah. So
good, thank you.
We got time for one more quick question if anyone has it.
Thank you.
Yep, Amanda, last question, and keep your answer brief, Max.
Thanks, Max. Just wondering how you got your international kind of attention. You mentioned going to Dubai, etc. So did you have some networks already set up there, or just some good luck?
Yeah, we went through the Global Kaitiakitanga project. It was a joint project with Young Enterprise and NZTE, and yeah, me and another team from Otago are both going over there as diplomatic officials, and then we also got a bit of media attention with that. So yeah, really excited. But that's how that
Make
works.
most of that. That's a great opportunity. Yeah.
Thanks, Amanda.
Sweet. All right, that's all the time for questions there. Thank you so much, Max. That was awesome to see your presentation. So we'll give the judges a little bit of time here to go ahead and mark, but I'm just looking at some of the comments that are coming through, and we're seeing comments about great pitches like you see and some lovely answers. So that's definitely one of the things that you'll notice about these teams is they are polished and they're good at answering questions about their business. They really know their business, and that comes through with being thrown any sort of question from the judges and then being able to just roll with it and handle it. So well done to our young entrepreneurs for kind of stepping up to the plate in that way. So we'll go ahead and move on to our next team, which is representing the Auckland East region. They are called Tiki Tour Games from Pakuranga College, and they have developed a fun board game to explore New Zealand and wildlife, similar to Snakes and Ladders, but faster and funner, 100% funner. Isn't that right, girls?
Yep.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So I know you've got your presentation pulled up, so we can go ahead and get that on the screen. And then once it's up, you are welcome to start whenever you're ready.
Cool. Death by plastic. It's everywhere, and it's killing our oceans. So what can be done?
Education, because we created the problem and we need to fix it.
We are Tiki Tour Games, a group of 5 Pakuranga College environmentalists. We have developed a children's board game called the Kiwi Cleanup. Through the game, we can teach children the importance of cleaning the oceans, protecting the environment, and restoring kaitiakitanga.
Our whāinga is to educate, engage, and inspire young Kiwis, showing them how their actions matter. We want to bring awareness onto how we can make positive actions and care for our Earth together.
In our game, players move around the coast of New Zealand collecting small icons of rubbish. The objective is to collect 10 pieces of rubbish the fastest. These can be picked up through question, action, or travel cards.
The Kiwi cleanup incorporates environmental sustainability, New Zealand geography, and Te Reo Māori in its board. We have a unique Kiwiana youthful approach, something that no other board game has done.
Our game is innovative as it serves an educational purpose and is environmentally conscious.
Furthermore, tamariki will learn that their actions matter and they can adapt their habits and conversations to be more environmentally sustainable. Players will also learn basic Māori place names and the location of New Zealand cities.
And in the future, we'll release new packs of action and question cards, which will have fresh and new content while remaining relevant to the changing social climate around waste.
We're also in contact with Polylab NZ to make all of our playing pieces out of recycled materials. Our game box won't be wrapped in plastic, and our game cards will be wrapped in hessian bags instead of plastic film.
One of our main focuses this year was on environmental sustainability. From day one, we ensured that the Kiwi cleanup would have positive future effects on players.
We created the game around teaching children that their actions can have positive and negative impacts, and encouraged them to practice removing rubbish from the ocean.
It was important to us that we also had eco-friendly business practices. So we participated in our school's stream cleanup, joined the Oceans Champions Challenge, and used social media to spread awareness. We also kept an eye on the Sustainable Development Goal 14, Life Below Water.
During Challenge 2, we noticed a lot of rubbish around the Monaco business chambers, so we grabbed a bag and got to work picking it up. We knew that removing this rubbish helped to prevent it from entering any waterways and harming innocent sea life.
When looking for sponsors, we wanted to partner with a company which had a commitment to ocean sustainability. We connected with Sanford, who practice sustainable fishing and use technology to ensure that their impact on marine life is minimal. Our partnership with Sanford allowed us to consider plastic-free packaging for our product.
Sanford also offered us a $5,000 sponsorship, and in return, we promoted their brand throughout our product. We felt that this was a great way to promote New Zealand industries through our game.
To be economically sustainable, we used a local supplier to help give back to the New Zealand economy. Holston was the perfect option for us because not only were they locally based, they were also a well-known household brand and jumped on board with our idea.
Our cultural sustainability came from our commitment to Māori language. We want to encourage our players to use Māori place names, which have become widely used across Aotearoa.
We used our Instagram page to support Te Wiki o Te Reo Māori and Matariki by posting Māori quizzes and information in order to help educate our followers.
Following on from this, we used our Instagram to connect with followers through posting fun facts and questions. We also maximized our social sustainability through making connections with local teachers and students on our validation school visits.
We used multiple social media pages for marketing and promotion and amassed an Instagram following of over 130. One of our best promotion techniques was an eco-friendly giveaway, which grew our reach exponentially.
Our Storby website is currently live for pre-order. Contact details and the latest updates to do with our whāinga.
We plan to push our brand on teacher resource websites such as Twinkle to attract educators. Our main sales channel will be through bulk sales directly to primary schools. This makes purchases simple, attractive, and affordable, whilst stimulating word-of-mouth promotion and securing future sales in school communities.
Our game is made up of 5 components, and we expect the cost per unit to be $21.39. With the 2 major costs being the board itself and the playing cards, we budgeted for 500 units, and these are our costs.
Each member of our team invested $50 into our startup capital. Our $5,000 grant from Sanford will also cover over half of our costs, while the rest will be sourced from fundraising, donations, and further shareholder contributions.
We will sell each unit for $35, and our break-even is 309 games.
At Tiki Tour Games, not only are we focused on teaching the younger generations of New Zealand about environmental sustainability, but we are changing attitudes and habits one piece of rubbish at a time.
This brings us to the end of our Tiki Tour. See you next time!
Nicely done. That looked really fun. It was a fun little journey, probably even better to play. Okay, so we'll hand it over to the judges for a couple of minutes of questions. Over to you, judges.
Hi, team.
Hi.
Great presentation. Question from me. So you mentioned that primary schools are your core target market. Have you also considered parents as well? direct to consumer?
So we divided our target market into 3 different sections. So we had, first of all, our teachers, and then we had parents and grandparents as well, because we figured those are the people who are going to be buying board games for the kids. And so one way like we were going to target this was through kind of newsletters through schools, and along with this, our Facebook page as well, which we started up because we found that a lot of parents don't use Instagram. They tend to use Facebook more often, and it's got a lot easier reach through like shares and stuff like that.
Nice. Yeah, cool. Thank you.
Yep, JR.
Did you do any, so great presentation first. Did you do any user validation? So you watch people playing to understand what could be improved in the game?
Yeah, so we actually went to 2 primary schools just around our local area, and we played it with a few different age groups. So we had like year 3 to 4s, and we also had year 5 to 6s, and we got feedback from the teachers and the kids on how they interacted with it and what they learned, and then we made some changes based on their feedback.
Great, thank you.
Any other questions, judges? You covered it then. All right. Well done, Tiki Tour Games.
Thank
you. Good work. Nicely done. That was a great presentation. Thank you so much for being on, and especially considering what the last 8-9 weeks have looked like for you guys in Auckland. I think you've done an incredible amount of work. You should be really proud of yourselves.
Thank you. Much.
You're welcome. All right. We'll see you later. Okay, so we have seen 4 pitches so far. We've got 2 more until we take a wee little break. So our next team up is going to be from Southland. We'll give them a second to come on here, but I'll let you know who they are. So this is a team called Alto Eco. They're out of James Hargis College, and they create a box containing handmade kitchen essentials made from locally sourced and biodegradable materials. Hi, Alto Eco.
Hi there.
How's your day been?
Pretty good. All right, last day of school, so that's good.
Yes. Way to celebrate. Awesome. And what this is a beautiful screen behind you. It's like a theater that you're in.
Yeah. It's just this is a curtain. A
curtain. Oh, just a curtain. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Run-of-the-mill curtain. Awesome. Well, it looks great. It's very festive behind you. Okay. So do you have your presentation pulled up and ready to go?
Yeah, we should do.
Cool. All right. Well, there it is. I can see it. Looks great. So you are good to go when you're ready.
Cool. So, we are Alto Eco. As a values-based company, we invite our customers to be their better selves. I'm Nicole. And I'm Sophia. Alto Eco provides 100% biodegradable and sustainable kitchen essentials. Our kit contains ethically made beeswax wraps, a produce bag, a dishwashing soap bar, and a twine dish scrub. These eco boxes are helping Kiwis on their journey to be their better selves. Ultimately, we want to create a community and a movement of individuals and organizations to live more sustainably.
We're unique because we help Kiwis maintain this sustainable lifestyle, rather than just selling them products. Our vision is to create a platform for ethical businesses and community-minded consumers. We incorporated both traditional and innovative methods into our production. So, for example, our twine dish scrubs, we carefully crocheted them by hand, and also with our produce bags, we sewed them as well. This helped us ensure quality control.
We now want to work on the business rather than in the business. So we're going to take a step back from crocheting these little scrubs and moving towards cycle 3 and building our brand.
Furthermore, we source our supplies locally, which means that we're able to lower our carbon footprint from transport emissions, which is consistent with our values. Our innovative marketing strategy is pay as you wish. So when we release a new product, our customers will be asked to make like an offer. This will create a buzz and refocus attention on our business. It also acts as a price validation as well.
So while New Zealand's image is clean and green, a common problem we noticed is that many people don't walk the talk.
So how can we help? This is Bernadette. She wants to be environmentally friendly but doesn't know where to start. Well, we provide a beginner-friendly kit to launch her into her journey.
And this is William. He is motivated in his eco journey and has already changed aspects of his life to reduce his impact. We will walk with him on this journey by introducing him to our widened product range.
And lastly, this is Selena. She runs a sustainable business and is looking to expand her reach. Our new Alto Eco community will give her the opportunity to connect with other like-minded businesses and build mutually beneficial partnerships.
Now, we know that customers were willing to pay for our products from our validation survey we conducted at the Southern Farmers Market at the start of this year. And with the environment as Alto Eco's overarching concern, we ensured all our practices followed our values.
A key aspect of Alto Eco's vision is to build a community as we develop a business. It's not just a box.
Members of Alto Eco come from diverse and cultural backgrounds with a range of environmental issues. Our experiences conditioned us to look for creative solutions.
And throughout the year, we made careful decisions regarding our purchases, like utilizing financial economies of scale. However, due to fewer sales opportunities, it was difficult to maintain economic sustainability.
We're not discouraged by this, as we have achieved our primary aim of promoting a sustainable lifestyle. And speaking of which, we have reached over 200 people through our social media platforms. Our current promotional strategies are through social media and personal interactions.
We have furthered our involvement with our community outside these platforms by building a profile at the local farmers market, which was our most successful marketing strategy due to earning over $700 worth of sales throughout this channel. This is because through our conducted validation, our target market preferred physical sales through markets and events.
We saw fewer sales through our online channels, however, such as Facebook and Instagram and our Storby website. However, in future cycles, our plan is to promote these platforms more effectively.
And while there is a risk factor involved with our pay-as-you-wish events, we want to see this opportunity for consumers to explore eco-friendly products without being financially restrained. It's building goodwill.
And while we do have a focus on the short term, our strength is our vision for the future. We plan on expanding our business online and reaching out to other eco-focused businesses. And to this end, we've already partnered with companies such as JMR, BQuip, and Pure Nature, as they share the same values as us. So what can we offer these businesses? Well, in the future, we plan to commission more retailers to market their products on our platforms. And this will allow more focus on our community and for our consumers to widen their environmental options.
So at first glance, our finances may not be that impressive. We made a small profit, but we're very proud of the $8 in our bank. All jokes aside though, while our current profitability is modest, our drive as a business is values focused and is successfully measured in a range of dimensions. Our experiences taught us that success is a journey and the key is a growth mindset.
Our hope is that like-minded investors will catch our vision. Their dividend will also be measured in environmental, social, and ethical gains, not just economic.
As we develop our business into cycle 3, we anticipate lower costs and increased revenue, so improving the short-term returns for our shareholders.
Join us on this journey.
We are Alto Eco.
Be your better self.
Woohoo! Nicely done, girls. And it takes some companies years to turn a profit, so be proud of that $8. That's exactly right. Okay, so we'll go ahead and turn it over to our judges.
Tuatahi, first of all, like that was amazing. What a great presentation. I'm really blown away. Tuarua, secondly, I actually really love the concept of creating an ethical business where the focus is the impact. And there's an amazing whakatauki, and I use this all the time in our wā katoa, which is poi poi a te kākono kia puawai. So what you're actually trying to do is sow a seed. So the idea, and then what you're doing is you're nurturing it by allowing to showcase to those who not only just buy your product, but also maintain the sustainability. And then through that kia puawai, it will blossom. So I just actually wanted to note that was cool. That was great.
This is really good to use that perfectly. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep, Amanda, go ahead, and then we'll go over to JR.
Well done, you guys. I love the product. I love the heart behind it and what you're trying to achieve. Unfortunately, in business, and we see this all the time with new startups where they want to give back before they've made a profit. So, and this is always complicated unless you have investors who are willing to pour a lot of money, but the investors like to see returns other than karma sometimes. So how much does your product cost to produce? And if you were to charge for it to create that ideal sort of profit margin, what would that be? Because I don't think I saw those numbers.
So currently we produce the products ourselves. So we have like a cost of goods sold that goes to maybe around something.
$25 approximately for each.
I mean, we sell it around like $40, $35, $40.
So at the Southern Farmers Market, we sell it at a lower cost for $34.95, and through our Storby website, we sell it at a higher cost at $40.
Yeah. And then through more development in our business, we kind of plan to become more like a merchant. So we're kind of buying like these products from other businesses that would kind of fit with our theme as well, and then we sell them to our consumers. So build like kind of community sorts.
And currently, so originally we started off just selling these boxes, but as we further along with our cycles, we introduced individual products from like these boxes, and then we've marked up the prices, and that's how we've been able to get, be a bit more profitable from that.
So if you got rid of those hand crocheted things to focus on your brand, would you still supply those in your package? And if so, then would you have to outsource that part, or would you get rid of that part of the product?
So in future cycles, we're planning on just focusing on getting these goods from other ethical businesses and selling those to our consumers. So that way, because currently we've been focusing a lot on producing these like our products ourselves, which has taken a lot of time on really promoting our business online. So in the future, we will be getting those goods
But
from.
if we see that there might be like, say there's high demand for a certain product, then we will like consider it. Of course, it's going to see their opinions as well.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, that is all the time we have for questions there, girls. Well done, Alto Eco. Great pitch. And congratulations again on your last day of school. Now it's really time to celebrate now that that's out of the way. All right. So, guys, we've got one more pitch before we have a small little break. So our next team up is from the Hawke's Bay region, out of Woodford House. And the company name is Killa Vintage. That's Caitlin right there. Their mission. Hi, Caitlin. Their mission is to reduce the amount of clothing contributing to the fashion industry's waste problems by selling vintage clothing online. All right, Caitlin, I know you've got your presentation ready to go. So we'll just have that pulled over. And then once it's up and we can all see it, then you can start when you're ready, okay?
Beautiful.
All right. And I know you had to do some rearranging of all of the blazer bling on your blazer to make sure it all fit in there.
I sure did. I did it earlier today.
Nice. All right. Can you just double check, Caitlin, that your presentation is there? And go ahead and share the screen on it.
I've already shared the screen.
Okay.
I think.
Maybe just close out of the sharing screen real quick.
Okay.
And just bring it back up.
Oh, there it is.
Here we go. Perfect. That's a good sign. Awesome. There it is. All right. Go ahead, Caitlin.
Awesome. 2 years ago, I suffered from addiction, an online shopping addiction. I was spending hundreds of dollars each month buying clothing from AliExpress, the ultimate fast fashion supplier. My friends and family had to hold an intervention for me. I realized that my habits were contributing to the rise of climate change, destroying our earth, and hurting our people. Here is a pile of clothing that I haven't worn in the past 6 months. Now, let's imagine this on a bigger scale. Everyone in the world has a pile like this. That is tons and tons of clothing contributing to the fashion industry's waste, and therefore hurting Earth. An estimated 92 million tons of textiles waste is created each year. Consumers are buying cheap clothing of cheap quality that just doesn't last, which is why Killa Vintage has decided to tackle this problem head on and ultimately kill fast fashion. Killa Vintage is a vintage clothing brand that specializes in high-end recycled imported clothing. Killa Vintage's aim is to reduce fast fashion statistics by recycling pre-loved clothing that would otherwise end up in the landfill or being burnt. Our main brands that we stock are vintage Ralph Lauren, Tommy Hilfiger, and Lacoste, all in the best pre-loved condition. We make secondhand clothing easily accessible to the people that may not have the time to op shop, and we make secondhand clothing trendy for those specifically searching for high-end streetwear. Killa Vintage uses multiple suppliers from across the world. Our two main suppliers are based in the UK, and over the past few months, I've sold up to 100 kgs of vintage goods. We use planes to transfer our goods from other nations, and we acknowledge that this is leaving a carbon footprint. But we as a brand make a huge effort to save our Earth, and it's still about 10 times more significantly than other major brands. And personally, I'd much rather see an aeroplane flying through the sky than a child labourer working in poor conditions contributing to climate change. Our main focus here at Killer Vintage is to educate New Zealand, to show Kiwis as the consumers that we are both the problem and the solution. Our platform is just as much as an educational platform as it is an online store. Environmental sustainability is a lifestyle, and Killer Vintage allows people to use our clothing as a stepping stone into a healthier and more sustainable life. Our main objective as a brand is to educate consumers on how damaging fast fashion is. We've sold hundreds of clothing items to people that otherwise would have shopped in fast fashion. Killer Vintage has already begun to kill fast fashion. Our innovation reflects how we hold and represent Killer Vintage as a brand. Our main sales channel is our container pop-up store, which I created from an old recycled furniture shipping container. Our Killer Vintage pop-up allows customers to shop in an extremely different way that they've never experienced before. A huge part of Killer Vintage is the customer experience and lifestyle, which comes along with the container pop-up store and buying from Killer. We want each customer to feel special while visiting our store by the laid-back and retro atmosphere created by the music, clothing, and layout of the store. Our pop-ups have been extremely successful, resulting in thousands of dollars of profit. Over 2021, the monthly pop-up stores have evolved into small vintage markets where we host our competitors or our other slow fashion friends, allowing other small, local, and ethical brands a chance to sell their goods to the large numbers that we get through. And Killer Vintage pop-up stores set us apart. Killer Vintage is massive on brand identity. We want people to know Killer Vintage, and Instagram is the perfect marketing channel for us. With over 640 followers on Killer Vintage NZ, we promote our pop-up stores and create a real aesthetic for the brand. Killer Vintage is heavily invested in Instagram promotion, and as it is our main social media site. Just in the months of May to June, our Instagram reached over 23,000 impressions. We also have used TikTok to reach a larger audience. We've gathered over 33,000 views on our videos, and we can tell that our marketing actually works because we can physically see the hundreds of people coming through our container doors every pop-up, which is extremely reassuring. Killer Vintage has had an extremely gnarly financial year and continues to keep smashing it. Each item imported from the UK roughly costs about $20, including shipping, and Killer Vintage's successful marketing has allowed us to make the healthy sales of $5,555 of profit, $2,436 just this financial year. Throughout the year, I realized that profit is not everything, and yet the cause and motive behind our brand. I think that's what makes Killer Vintage so special. Together, as a collective, we can slow the fashion industry and kill fast fashion. Thank you.
Nice work, Caitlin. Great job.
Thank you.
Okay, cool. So we've got our judges here. Ooh, that was like Inception with the screen there. All right, judges, some questions from you.
I'll go first. I don't know if anyone else cut out, but the last sort of couple of minute or so, I came in and out, so I didn't hear the end of it. Sorry, but awesome recovery from your technical glitch at the beginning, Caitlin. Thank you very much. You mentioned only 3 brands that you're stocking. Have you thought about expanding that?
We definitely have. We sell other brands such as like Kappa and also lower cost brands that not many people know, that is cheaper for them to buy. So we do have a large amount of brands that we stock.
Thank you.
Hey, Caitlin. You go, Cedar.
You go, Craig. Oh, Okay, I'll quickly go. So I see that you're creating a massive vibe with this whole kaupapa that you have, which is amazing. I'm a huge advocate for slow fashion and secondhand shopping, so that's fantastic. And I noticed that you shared that it is now sort of scaled in a way to having these markets where you've got these other people encouraging the same thing. Do you charge them anything to actually have a space at the market? Is that part of the business model that you're trying to scale up to, or what's the sort of deal with that?
Not at the moment. At the moment, I've kind of just, because it's good for me as well. Because they're posting on their social medias like, come along to this like little market. So we're getting more people through as it is, and then that's resulting in more profit from me. So at the moment, that's not really my main focus. But I guess as it gets bigger, that could definitely be a possibility.
Nice. Cool. Yeah, strong presentation, Caitlin. I really like your branding, and I like how it ties into your message. I think, yeah, definitely keep growing that from there. And my question was around just in terms of sourcing your items, why the UK?
So UK is the most accessible for me at the moment. America I've gotten stuff from America, and just the quality seems to differ a bit. You're having to buy it in like bales, and so you're not really sure what you're getting. Whereas at the UK, I hop on a little website and I handpick each item, so that's I'm seeing each item that I'm buying, and it turns out to be cheaper, and it's just working for me at the moment.
Nice. And is it just too hard to source the brands that you're finding work for you in New Zealand?
There's just not the kind of culture of branded stuff here at the moment. I think in the next couple of years we'll definitely see it, because lots of people are importing stuff, but most of the stuff is vintage 90s, like those high-end brands that are constantly being manufactured in America and the UK, and that people are chucking out, whereas here people kind of value those high-end brands more. So not that much demand, but not that much stock here.
Got you. Yeah. Cool. Thank you.
All right, that's all the time for questions for Caitlin. Well done, Killer Vintage. That's a great way to end the first half of our pitches. Nice work there.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so for those of you viewing at home, we're going to have a very short 5-minute break. So feel free to go top up your drink and your food and your snacks, and we will see you back here. The next pitch is starting at 4:45. So I'm going to hop on at 4:44 to intro the team, and then we'll kick it off at 4:45. So see you in 5 minutes. All right, welcome back, everybody. So we have seen 6 pitches so far, and we have 5 to go. So again, this is our wild card pitch to see who the last team is going to be to pitch at Yes Nationals in December. So we'll go ahead and bring in our next team. They are from St. Orens College in the Hutt Valley here in the Wellington region, and their team name is Regrow. Regrow sells environmentally friendly plant products, and they have a passion to promote sustainability in New Zealand in a fun way. Hi, Regrow. How's it going?
Kia ora. Hi, how you doing?
Hey, good. Are you ready to go? I see the presentation's coming up, so that looks stunning.
Awesome, thank you.
All right, over to you.
Thank you. So, kia ora, we're the team at Regrow. So at the start of the year, we noticed that there was a big problem with the deforestation of native trees in Aotearoa. Before settlers, all of our country was created in native forest, and now this number has decreased to only 25%. Deforestation causes the earth to lose its ability to control the level of carbon emissions, which in 2018 was found to be 78.9 million tonnes. So in response to this problem, we created our solution. Regrow terrariums with pandanus plants and terracotta pots with phormium plants. Through our product, we are able to raise awareness on the topic of deforestation, encourage people to look after Aotearoa's native flora and fauna by having their own native plant to look after, and give back to our local community by donating to a charity that plants native trees in Aotearoa. While researching the current market, we found that there is a common trend of millennials being plant lovers. On Instagram, hashtag plant lover has 5,961,410 posts, showing that there is a wide market of interest for our product. We seek to actively apply feedback for our product from our target market to alter our product. We've taken multiple surveys on ways to improve our product due to our customer-specific wants and needs. Our unique value proposition is our sustainable approach, which we carry throughout our entire business. Through our product, sustainability has been considered for packaging, business name, resources, suppliers, and production process. This sets us apart from our competitors. One of Regrow's key values this year is sustainability. Within the quadruple bottle line, we demonstrated environmental sustainability by using suppliers sourced from sustainable suppliers and made out of environmentally friendly materials. Terrariums are made from 100% recyclable glass, and terracotta pots are made using clay and eco-friendly material. Our product also comes as is with no packaging, meaning we are creating less waste. Regrow also demonstrated cultural sustainability. A large connection to Māori culture is through the flora and fauna. This drove us to create designs such as the pahurakawa flower on our pots. Regrow has also chosen to support the charity Trees That Count, who plant native trees within Aotearoa. Our business is completely self-funded, and our members contributed $19.52 to our startup capital. The terracotta pots are sold for $15 and cost $2.40 to produce, which gives a profit per unit of $12.60. Having sold 4, we have a sales revenue of $60 and a gross profit of $50.40. The terrariums are sold for $12 and cost $2.53 to produce, which gives a profit per unit of $9.47. Having sold 2, we have a sales revenue of $24 and a gross profit of $18.94. Overall, Regrow has a gross profit of $69.34 and a net profit before tax of $39.34. Our closing bank account balance, including our startup capital, is $117.42. We have sold 6 units and have donated $6 to Trees That Count. Regrow has used 2 main promotional methods to promote our product. Firstly, social media. We have Instagram and a Facebook page to connect to our key target market, which is millennials. We have also linked our Storby site onto these platforms for easy access. Secondly, we have put flyers and posters around our community. This is to give potential customers insight into our mission and encourage them to support our business. We also offer 3 different sales channels. Firstly, local markets in Lower Hutt. We advertised on our social medias that we would be at these markets, but a downside is that the markets were shut down due to COVID, which means that the sales channel is unreliable. Secondly, direct selling to friends and family. This has been an effective sales channel, but it is a limited channel because it doesn't allow for lots of growth in the future. Thirdly, our Storby site. This provides pictures and dimensions of our product, as well as background on our purpose and our team. Thank you.
Nice work. Well done, Regrow. Okay, so we've got our judges here to ask you a couple of questions. So they'll just be coming in now, and then they'll have 2 minutes to just ask you some questions and for you to answer, okay?
Okay.
All right, we'll hand it over to JR. Oh, JR, just go ahead and click the unmute button there. It had to happen once during this, right?
We're good. We're good. Sorry, I was in pause from the break. Wonderful presentation. Thank you. My question is, could you perhaps just talk a little bit more around the manufacturing process or the sourcing process for the terrariums and the pots themselves, please?
Yeah, awesome. So for both of them, we've found a lot of local sources that we've been able to supply from, as is the sand, the pebbles. We've been able to source out of our own kind of natural environment, so our own gardens. And we've been able to buy these in bulk, which have caused us to lower our costs a lot from different suppliers such as Midas and Mega, Bunnings, all of those kind of places. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Not a question, but more of a comment. Well done, guys. I love trees that count, so a good charity to donate to. So well done, and awesome presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. So do we.
Sorry, I guess I'll just jump in if there's a time. Thank you very much, ladies. Awesome product. I just wonder, because your profit on the very few that you did sell was really strong. So how are you going to scale this up, and what stopped you from selling, apart from COVID, but, you know, was there more opportunity for you to sell more of these pots?
Yeah, well, so most of our sales were at the bank market, which was limited because of COVID. But going forward, I think we'll definitely use like Christmas as a good opportunity to maximize sales, especially like to friends and family.
All right, that is all the time we have for questions for Regrow. Well done, Regrow. Thanks for kicking off the first team in the second half of these pitches. Nicely done. Congrats.
Thank you. Thank you.
Have a good afternoon, ladies.
You too.
Thanks. Okay, so if you're just joining us, we are having our wildcard pitches right now. So we've had 11 teams to pitch. These teams were the ones who had scored the most points from the 5 Yes Challenges in their region, but hadn't become the regional winner. So this is that second chance for them to pitch and earn a spot at Yes Nationals. So we will have one team selected from these 11, and they will join 21 other regional winners from around the country. And on Wednesday, the 15th of December, they're all going to pitch, very similar to what you've seen now, 5 minutes to pitch with a couple of minutes of questions from the judges. And they'll be competing to be the top 3 companies of the year from around the nation. So we have another team up, and they're coming out of the Auckland South region from Manurewa High School. Their team name is Spicify. And so we'll go ahead and pull them on the screen. We'll get Man Meat to unmute herself, what she's doing right now. There it was. Saw it. Hi, girls. How you doing?
We're doing good. How are you?
Oh, great. That looks festive behind you. Yes. Are the plants real?
No.
They are forever real. All right. So we'll go ahead and just get your presentation pulled up, which we can all see it. 3, 2, 1. Is it a black screen to start with?
Yes.
Oh. I'd have been sitting here forever countdown. Okay, you tricked me. All right, well then you can go ahead and start when you're ready then.
Okay. Imagine the world finally seeing the side of Asia unlike any before. With things like K-pop, anime, and Bollywood on the rise, the Asian community is finally being accepted in society. However, in the blink of the eye, Asian society being blamed for COVID-19 and that hope of acceptance for. Well, this is where Spicify comes in. With an ambition of wanting to create a culturally accepting world, we figured that the best way to do this would be to unite everyone with one thing that everyone loves: food. Our sauce, being authentically Asian, not only promotes Asian culture and can take any boring meal to the next level of deliciousness, but unites people regardless of race through something that everyone loves. By selling at an affordable price, we have loyal customers who continuously come running back for more. Our number one priority is meeting our customers' expectations, and from having listened to their feedback, stay in tune for the Dragon Eye hot sauce in 2022 with multiple spice levels. Though we would have some samples for you to try, due to COVID, we had to offer this to our very bland business teacher instead.
And I thought the air was spicy.
We are using a traditional family recipe, which amplifies the fact that we are bringing a brand new taste to the sauce market, meaning that you have never tasted anything like our sauce. Being the bridge between traditional culture to modernization, our recipe has been passed down from many generations, and to amplify its traditions, it's a recipe that isn't even written down. Our all-time secret family recipe cannot be replicated, and this is what sets us apart from our competitors. This is similar to KFC's secret recipe, and if they become successful, why wouldn't we?
As for our cultural sustainability goal, we've spoken about racism targeted towards Asians at our school assemblies. The topic of Asian discrimination is very prevalent in our school. However, it is one that is unfortunately brushed over.
Socially, we have donated 10% of our profit before tax to the Asian American and Pacific Islanders GoFundMe page. These funds go to those who are facing discrimination as a result of raising racism due to COVID-19. We have posted inspiring success stories of our prominent Asian figures in South Auckland, like Bun from Satay Noodle House and our very own Manarewa High head boy Beito.
Economically, we work with Emerge Aotearoa and received $2,000 through the Generator program, which covered all of our costs for this year, and the remainder will help us for upcoming years. The funding will help us become economically sustainable and will help us make more profit.
Now, we don't want to bore you with numbers, but in Gen Z language, we would say that Spicify made hella banks. Quick facts about our finances. Selling 124 units gave us a revenue of $1,058. Our cost of goods sold was $650, giving us a gross profit of $407.
It cost us $4.92 to produce one bottle, and we sold our sauce for $9, meaning we made $4.08 per bottle sold.
Our total other income was $2,621.
Our business expenses were a total of $210.
Therefore, our net profit was $2,818.
Besides the standard social media presence, Spicify had adapted to many promotional strategies that separated us from other businesses. For example, we saw our company uniforms that would make us recognizable when out at markets, to which we collaborated with Bayon, who are a local Cambodian-owned small clothing business. In the faraway lands of South Auckland, the famous Satay Noodle House owner, Bun, alongside Choice founder Sarah Colcord and food truck Embrace Eatery, have promoted us countlessly on their Instagram pages. The promotional strategy of using household names in the food and business industry was beneficial to our sales, as it got us recognition from other food suppliers that we could sell to. Our best method of selling was through markets. By hypnotizing our customers with the delicious smell of our dumpling samples, our customers got to experience our sauce before purchasing. Our sales total was 124 units, to which our sauce reached all across New Zealand. In the future, you will see Spicify on your supermarket shelf. By collaborating with the Food Bowl, we'll be able to scale production for up to 1,000 liters of our sauce. We have a vision of our product being in restaurants and even local supermarkets that are Asian, like Fresh and Save, where not only Asian people, but people of all ethnicities go to, as this will push for the cultural fusion for your next meal. Finally, are you brave enough to feel the heat of the dragon? Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't think you had any risk of boring us with that, girls, when you talked about boring numbers. That was awesome. So we'll bring in our judges to ask you some questions. I'm sure they're going to have heaps. We'll have 2 minutes. All right, who wants to kick us off first? All right, Warren?
Okay. Hey, well done. Who doesn't love a good dumpling and a sauce? Well done, guys. Really quickly, have you guys had any consideration around food hygiene of manufacturing the sauce?
Sorry, could you repeat the question? Our kind of glitched out.
No dramas at all. Have you guys given any consideration around food hygiene and when you're manufacturing the sauce?
Yes.
Of course, we have. So first of all, all of our members were supposed to get our food safety certificates, but of course, because of lockdown basically just stopped us from doing so. However, 3 of our members work in hospitality, so we've obviously been trained to deal with food safety. So
not only that, we make sure our kitchens are sterilized so there's nothing yucky in your sauce.
Awesome. Well done. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
JR?
So I love numbers because that's part of my job. But I noted your manufacturing price and your sale price. Could you perhaps just tell us how you settled on $9 as a sale price? What research did you do around that?
So basically, we looked at our competitors first of all. We wanted to see what their selling price was, how many moles their product was, and then we looked back at our product. We looked at how much our ingredients would cost, of course, and then how much we also looked at surveys. We surveyed our customers to see what is a suitable price for them and how much they will be willing to purchase our product at a certain price.
Thank you. Delicious presentation. Thank you.
All right, time for one more question.
Oh, sorry, I'm trying to find my screen. Hi, girls. Thank you so much. Just wondering, you said that your production will be scaled up a lot once you partner with Spicify. Is that a firm deal, or is that something you're just aspiring towards? And I might have the name wrong.
Sorry. So our collaboration with the Generator program will help us. So the funding we get from the Generator program will help aid us to collaborate with the Food Bowl, who specialize in food businesses scaling up their product to go to get bigger in terms of getting into supermarkets.
So that's potential, or that's sort of a done deal?
Yes, so with lockdown, we were planning on getting that done, but then with lockdown that halted. But this is a plan that we will be picking up next year.
Sweet, great, good luck.
Oh, all right, that's all the time we have for questions. Well done, ladies. I think that was maybe one of the cruelest pitches, only based on the time and the fact that it's 5 o'clock, and I'm sure everybody is hungry at this point. And we just saw amazing pictures of dumplings and your sauce, and got to try see your influencer, Mr. Lambert, tasting it. So yeah, everybody needs to get out there, and I'm sure I'm ready for dinner soon. But that was a great pitch. Well done, girls. Thanks so much, and have a good evening.
Yes, thank you so much for this opportunity. We had a blast.
You're welcome. See you guys. All right, so we've got 3 more teams to go, and our next team up is coming from the South Island. So we've got a team representing the Otago region. I've already received 1 piece of hate mail about Dunedin and their weather based on my earlier comments. So sorry about that, Dunners. We do love you and your weather. So let's go ahead and bring in the team called A-Ballroom. They're out of Bayfield High School. And they are harnessing the power of raw barberries. A-Ballroom Health has created a supplement to help those suffering from acne. Hi, A-Ballroom. How you doing?
Hey, Liz. Good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, doing great. Thanks, guys. All right, so we will get your presentation pulled up here. And then as soon as it's up there on the screen, we'll let you guys kick it off.
Excellent. Thank you. It's not quite. Oh. Is that working for you guys?
No, not yet. We just see the click to exit full screen.
Just try that again. Sorry.
Okay. No, that's all right.
Is that better? No.
No. Right. You go ahead and work on that. That's all good. Don't stress about it. You'll get it sorted and figured out.
Download it on there.
Yeah, perfect. Go ahead and take care of that. I will talk for a bit. Shall I do a dance? No, I won't. I won't punish anyone with that. But what I will mention is I've got a little friend here beside me. This is our llama, who is very colorful. And the reason that we've got this guy, I should turn around and get his good. Oh, sorry, this is side without the ear. So he's here because our theme this year for Nationals is a night of color. which means even though we're going to be viewing it virtually and folks are going to be from home or maybe some watch parties that the regions are setting up, everyone who's attending needs to find their best representation of color. So whether that's multiple colors all in one outfit or just a solid color like you see the background of this wall, totally up to you. But the color is going to add a lot of pizzazz and fun to the night, which I think if you've seen our pitches so far, our students are all about pizzazz and fun. And that's one thing that they do very, very well. So if you're going to be tuning in on the 15th of December with us, make sure you go ahead and start planning your outfit or your decorations or whatever you need to bring the color in from wherever you're going to be joining us. So other thing I want to mention, many of us on here who are watching may be impressed with these students and think, how can I kind of get involved and help out with this? So when we start out next year with a whole new lot of students who are at the start of their entrepreneurial journey, we always have the need for volunteers. So that could be folks in the business community, or it could be mentors. And there's a chance for you to engage with our young people in a one-off. So maybe a Kickstart event at the start of the year to hear some of their ideas and give them some feedback. Or maybe you want to work with a team throughout their journey as their mentor. Either way, it's a lot of fun. It's really rewarding. And if you want to find out about how you can get involved, you can go on our website, youngenterprise.org.nz, and there's a section there about how you can get involved with us. And it kind of gives you a little overview of the main ways with some videos of people who've done that before. So A-Ballrow is still working on getting theirs pulled up. After A-Ballrow comes on, we will have 2 more teams to go. And then we'll have about a 15-minute break so that the judges can do the hard work, which I'm not envious of them, looking back at their marks from these teams and choosing who our wildcard winner is going to be. So this is looking much better, guys, isn't it?
Awesome. It is. Awesome. Thank you for hearing that.
That's all good. All right. So I will go ahead and hand it over to you now.
Thanks, Liz.
Sure.
Cool. We're A-Ballroom Health, and I'd like to introduce you to 2019 me. He's suffering from self-esteem issues, pain, irritation, and skin blemishes because of a curable problem, acne. And he's not alone. No, he's one of the 84% of Kiwis who suffer from acne at some point in their life. That's where we come in. A-Ballrow's raw barberry powder is the only barberry product in the New Zealand market. Barberries are scientifically proven by a double-blind placebo university study to reduce acne by up to 43% in the first month of daily use. We're very proud to have introduced this effective yet natural solution to over 2,800 Kiwis.
In addition to the anti-acne properties, barberries have an abundance of other health benefits, including a high level of antioxidants that far exceeds other superfoods like blueberries or acai berries. Last year, we used these nutritious berries to create our raw barberry powder, which has since seen a 97% success rate on real customers.
Now, let's do a recap of this year.
Great idea. Now, bear with us, it's been pretty full on. In January, hot off the press of our appearance on Radio New Zealand, we had a huge influx of demand, which meant we had to start producing an artisan pantry for scalability.
February proved to us that it's not what you know, it's who you know. When we began working with a patent attorney, Thomas Ribeiro, presented to the Momentum Investment Committee and started NZTE mentorship.
In March, we decided to tackle a problem that had faced us last year, a lack of knowledge in the community about what barberries are. We formed a partnership with local company Kiss Kombucha to make the world's first commercial barberry kombucha. This aims to solve our awareness problem by being a beverage targeting the general public in cafes and restaurants, highlighting the benefits of barberries.
Through April and May, we focused on further developing our reputation as a professional business by hiring contractors to work alongside us and finalising our patentable barberry concentrate process and getting it nutritionally tested by Gribbles New Zealand.
June, July, and August saw further media exposure, hitting News Talk ZB, Stuff, The Dominion Post, The Press, and even 7 Sharp. Our powder hit the world stage in the UAE's The National. All of this led to huge order numbers and health stores wanting our product to be stocked. This also built our name as a reputable company where we now have a solid base of repeat customers. In fact, we have had over 1 in 4 customers reorder already.
In September, we became the New Zealand Youth Business and Innovation Ambassadors to Expo 2020 Dubai, and also made a deal with Bin In to be stocked in all 42 of their stores nationwide. What an exciting month. That must be our work for the year done, right?
No, Alex, we didn't stop there. That brings us to October and November, where we developed a brand new website, launched radio advertisements, made new packaging, secured numerous stores to stock our kombucha on release, developed prototypes of a barberry cream and tablets, and furthered our goal of helping teenagers' mental health by donating to the Mental Health Foundation. It's been such a successful year. What's the secret to our success?
It's our story. We're teens solving a teenage problem. This has captivated media outlets, resulting in over 1 million people viewing our journey.
How impressive. You must have some competition though.
Well, Robert, the natural aspect of our powder makes it stand out from competitors like Accutane that have side effects which are just as bad, if not worse, than the acne itself due to the chemical solution. We are also proudly sustainable. Social well-being is at the heart of our business by improving teenagers' mental health through increasing their body confidence. We proudly pay all our contractors living wage, showing we're an ethical business to work for. Our business practices environmental sustainability by using fully recyclable packaging, as well as reducing food waste by extracting the benefits from all parts of the berry.
A major accomplishment for us this year has been turning A-Ballroom from an idea into a profitable business. In fact, our sales this year grew by 6,093% to over 2,800. The result of this was a revenue of $75,000 and a gross profit of $44,000. But who's buying these products?
Well, our broad target market is anyone with acne or anyone wanting to improve their nutrient game. However, we specifically target the 480,000 New Zealand teenagers who suffer from acne and want a highly effective yet natural solution. Refining our target market allows us to market our products to best fit the people most likely to purchase our products.
Selling wholesale has been a highly effective method because consumers trust their local health stores. We were in one health store this time last year and now have agreements with 81. We are now stocked in a pharmacy and see this strategy as a way to further expand our credibility as a reputable anti-acne solution. We also sell through our online store, which was this year's highest performing Yes Storby site in the country.
We can't wait to continue to help the teenagers boost their confidence, increase our product line, and meet our goal of becoming New Zealand's #1 natural health company. Kia ora, thank you for your time.
Nicely done, guys. Well done. I can't wait to try this kombucha. At some point, we'll get to see it in person. So we've got our judges coming on here. Judges, I'll go ahead and hand it to you for 2 minutes of questions, starting with JR.
I've seen about 300 pictures this year. That was in my top 10. Thank you, guys. That was brilliant.
Thanks, JR.
Thank you.
A couple of questions. Number one is, where do you source the berries themselves from? And number two, have you protected your rights with patents or trade secrets or know-how so someone else doesn't copy what you're doing?
Sure, that's a great question. So we currently import our berries from Iran. However, we're working with the University of Otago to be the first people in the world to grow barberries outside of the Middle East. So they'd be able to be grown in New Zealand potentially, which would be really good for the sustainability, reducing carbon emissions by flying, obviously. And then as well about patent protection. So we're working with a patent attorney and we're in the process of getting a patent on our barberry concentrate process that's currently used in the kombucha and could be used in several other barberry-based products.
Magic. Great answers. Thank you.
Hi, guys. Can I just jump in with a question? Fantastic. And having had 2 teenage sons who've both been on Accutane, I think that you're solving for a big world problem here. Just curious, you've got a huge potential market, not only in New Zealand, but worldwide. You mentioned you have a lot of reoccurring customers. I know with an Accutane cycle, often it takes up to a year to work. So have you done any projections on the recurring revenue you may get from customers who are drinking all that kombucha or buying more supplements?
Yes, so we've not done specific projections about how many customers are going to reorder and how long they are going to, but we know based on how many customers are reordering, about 1 in 4, that we will see reorders far into the future. We also see reorders of house stores very frequently, and then we know that it takes generally a few weeks for the effects to first be noticeable, but then it takes a couple to a few months for people's acne to be really cleared by our product. So that's typically how long we'd get reorders for a single customer.
And so when you buy it, is it in like a package size? So they've got it enough for whatever the month, or what's the volume?
Yeah, the units we sell is a 1 month supply to take 2 teaspoons daily.
Gotcha. Nice one. Good luck, you guys. Awesome product.
Thank you.
That is all the time we have for questions for A-Ballroom Health. Thank you very much, guys. Very slick pitch. Well done.
Thanks, Liz.
Thank you.
Yeah, and you'll see some comments from those of us viewing. Been some amazing pitches so far. So we've got 2 more teams to go. Our next team up is out of Wellington City. That's the region that they're representing, and they are from Bishop Viard College. Their team name is Fa Malosi, and they've created a web tool to help people correctly pronounce Māori and Pacifica names, bringing pride into pronunciation, which I love that little tagline. That's awesome. And they've set up their business hub here for their business presentation pitch. Hi, guys. How are you doing?
Kia ora, how are you?
Doing well, thank you. Uniform looks sharp. You guys look great. Nice. All right. Do you have your presentation ready to go?
Wait, you got it?
Just getting it pulled up to the side.
Yep.
Right. Did you boys have a school dance or a school ball last night?
Yeah.
I saw. So I'm Wellington based as well, and saw lots of beautiful dresses and amazing suits and tuxes from Bishop Viard College. Everybody looked great.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got the screen up. Are you ready to start the presentation?
Yes. Yep.
All right, go ahead and start, guys.
Tihei wini wini. Tihei wanu wanu. E ngā mana, e ngā reo, e ngā karangatanga maha, tēnā tātou katoa. Ngā mihi nui kia koutou, o te tautoko, o tātou rangatahi, o whanganui a tara. O lea tautu ia sā wau whiriwhiri, i ne upa o tia, o no to ia leo au le mala wau sā. Pe musu wau sā, pe musu wā fōli asa, o no whele leo le fōi le seunga. E whenga tāle mamalu lele whalo olo ngata, o te le ngā whatauli maina po te whaitau whalo whiringa. Ai taotua tu ia se whiloa pa ia o Samoa. Tu lona lava. Ta lofa, ma loa tau atai. Ma loa le whala manuia. Welcome to you all. We are Fa Malosi. Say it right. Welcome to our class. Let's do the roll. Tony. Kia ora, Tony. Michelle. Good morning, Michelle. Toe? Yep. You Toe? Yep. Why don't you answer me the first time, Toe? It's Toi, sir. Close enough.
Talofa, my name is Toi Lokeni, and I would like to share with you my story. I am proud of my name. It has been given to me as a gift by my parents, and I carry my name with a lot of pride. I faced an ongoing problem, like many of my peers, teachers, people in general, and mispronounced my name year after year in primary and secondary. Every year, the same problem occurs. This at times has made me feel embarrassed and frustrated. This is not only my problem, but a common problem of many of our people. The meaning, legacy, and richness that exists within our names have been eroded by every teacher or person of influence that have found it too hard to pronounce our names. We are tired of this, so we are doing something positive about it.
Our vision is to support our Māori and Pacifica community with the mispronunciation of their names. It is one way of acknowledging our Māori and Pacifica cultures. Manaakitanga is central to our core values, showing the importance of caring for one another. Our unique value proposition is that we have the knowledge of how our names should be pronounced and the knowledge of our history and mana that our names carry. We have developed a platform that will give our Indigenous community and minority cultures representation in the mainstream media. With the help of experts from our community, we are able to gather valuable knowledge on our names, language, and cultures. It is with this knowledge, we are able to create a platform that will help us educate a wider audience.
Our social, cultural, and ethical goals are to protect the Māori and Pacific people's language and cultural identity by valuing our names passed on from our elders. It is important that we help educate people and encourage others to learn the correct pronunciation of our names. It is important that this practice becomes normalized for us all. This product and our brand is 100% committed to addressing the inequality that exists for our diverse community. It is important that we stay committed to our environment by ensuring are reusable and multi-purpose.
Our most effective sales channel has been direct selling from our website. It was the influence of the media, TV, radio, and newspapers, and our other social media platforms such as Instagram and Facebook have all supported our brand awareness campaign. The biggest influx of sales came through when we appeared on The Breakfast Show, The Project, and the front page of the Dominion Post. Next year, we'll also be appearing on the New Zealand Today Show with Guy Williams. Our target market is our educators and large organizations. By targeting this audience, it allows us to educate those in positions that mentor and influence our youth and community's confidence and future. We will also be expanding our product and services on our website to cater to these large organizations, providing useful tools for management levels.
Since our launch, we have received positive praise from all over the world. We now have over 1,150 subscriptions with an approximate net profit of $5,800. Currently, we have many businesses and schools who have signed up their entire staff to our website, such as Fulton Hogan, Nassau College, and many more. We are also in the process of creating a license for the Judges Association of New Zealand. You can subscribe to www.malosi.com for a one-off time payment of $4.99. You can search our database made up of Maori and Pacifica names. We have over 1,000 names, and this is increasing weekly. You can listen and learn to our audios. We have added the phonetic wording to help you further. If you cannot see your name or have a different pronunciation of your name, send it to us and we'll add it to our database. Thank you. We are Malosi.
Say it right.
Great job, guys. Excellent pitch. Really slick and awesome to see that website up, what you've been talking about this year, and seeing the product there is incredible. Good work. All right, so we'll bring it over to the judges for a few questions.
I'll go first, Kia ora, guys. Thank you very much. I was inspired. That's awesome. If this was Dragon's Den, I would potentially invest. So well done. Have you guys thought about other cultures, other languages, other expanding your library of languages? And if so, what?
We're currently in the process of getting our Fiji page up, so they'll be coming out soon. And also from the feedback that we're getting, we're just looking on how other cultures that our community want, and we can add it to our website.
Yeah, I think there's massive potential here in Asia, India, European countries as well. So well done, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
So you shared that there was a subscription of $4.99. Is that a monthly subscription or is that a weekly subscription? I wasn't quite clear on that.
It's just a like to just pay
a one-off.
$4.99 and then it's done. Yeah.
A one-off.
Any other questions from the judges?
Hi, guys. Thank you. I'm, for one, would be massively benefited from this, your website, and I loved your presentation on the name pronunciation in the classroom. I'm sure it's something that many, many students have to suffer through. On the financial models, again, seems quite generous to give away the entire database for one-time off fee. Just wondering how many subs have you sold to date, and what kind of plans do you have to scale that up in the future?
So we've had over 1,200 subs at the moment from the last time we checked. And what was the other question?
So what were your plans to kind of scale it up? Because as Warren noted, this could be, expanded into multiple languages. So have you got a plan to scale this up to within New Zealand, like a concrete plan?
Yep. So moving on, we're looking to communicate with large organizations and businesses, and just communicate on how we can get this running up for them, and how we can create like a bulk subscription of one email that they can use.
Great. All right, that is all the time for questions for Fa Malosi. Well done, gentlemen. That was a great pitch, and you'll see some of these comments coming in congratulating you on a job well done. Thank you so much, and hope you have a great evening, and we'll see you back here at 6 o'clock for the announcement of the winners, okay?
Thank you.
Okay, so we have one final pitch to go, and we're heading back down to the South Island, and this team is representing the Canterbury-Otakaro North region. They're from St. Margaret's College, and their team name is Joy in a Jar, and you'll see what that means when they talk about it. Joy in a Jar sells delicious, spoiler alert, cookie ingredient jars, which provides yummy treats and a joyful experience. So we have Georgia here representing her team. How you doing, Georgia?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. Awesome. All right. So we've got your presentation being pulled up here. If you just want to share it full screen, as you just did, bam, you are all ready to go. Over to you.
Perfect, thank you. Bake it, taste it, live it. This is Joy in a Jar. From a quick glance, our baking jars might just provide all the ingredients used to make delicious, mouth-watering cookies. But, while true, that is not all our product has to offer. Beneath the flour and chocolate chips is the escape from reality we all need. All too often, New Zealanders will find themselves caught up in their work and everyday life, never allowing themselves the proper time to step back and take a moment to just breathe. I am certain that every one of you has wished for a pause button at some point, a remote to stop, to just press the stop on the whole world. Joy in a Jar offers you that escape from reality, a moment to prioritize yourself. A moment where your biggest concern in life is how much longer your chocolate chip cookies have left in the oven. We are genuinely committed to putting a smile on our customers' faces through our bite-sized bundles of joy. This is Joy in a Jar. Secondary market research revealed that customers struggle to find a baking product that is affordable, environmentally friendly, and easy and efficient to use. This led to the creation of our original baking jars. Currently, we are the only New Zealand-based company that sells environmentally friendly baking jars in glass jar 1 litre quantities, producing a batch of 24 cookies for the affordable yet economically sustainable price of $12.50 per unit. When creating our product, we spent over a month developing and testing a prototype, adapting our recipe along the way in alignment with customer feedback. We also ensured all our procedures and policies complied with the relevant health and safety laws and regulations. Our unique selling point, combined with our interpersonal marketing approach, recognises that there is a genuine need in society for people to stop and take a break. Our baking jars provide customers with the perfect excuse to do something to reconnect with themselves and others, in essence, experiencing joy. Our social media following and additional marketing strategies spans Instagram, Facebook, cross-promotion, Storby website, and email communication. However, our target market favours Instagram. Here we reach an average of 450 accounts per post, and our current amount of impressions stands at over 3,000. Of our 5 sales channels, we found the pre-order sheet and our Yes Storby website to be most effective. We have sold a total of 100 units through these 2 sales channels, equating to 75% of overall total sales. Since our annual review was submitted, we've continued to make further sales, and as a result have exceeded our net profit before tax goal. We sold 134 units, made $1,675 in sales revenue, with a markup of 135%, and have a gross profit percentage of 57%. Our net profit before tax is $906, resulting in a net profit percentage of 54%. And we have a generous return on equity of 181%, proving we have established a financially sound business model. By not outsourcing production and assembling all baking jars as a team, we keep our costs to a minimum, increasing the profitability of our business. To ensure environmental sustainability, we made a commitment to work solely with NZ-based companies that produced quality ingredients. Not only did we uphold our environmental sustainability value by reducing our carbon emissions and our food mileage, but we could also guarantee a high-quality product to our consumers. Alongside this, we worked closely with award-winning business owner Hannah Airy, CEO of Badass Brownies. Through utilising Hannah's feedback and expertise, we critiqued our product, improved our brand, and strengthened our community connections. Further to this, in a bid to bring a joyful experience to unwell children, we also donated several of our baking jars to the Ronald McDonald House in Christchurch, in line with our social sustainability values. Joy in a Jar can proudly say that we have achieved the 4 pillars of the quadruple bottom line of sustainability, whilst embracing corporate social responsibility. Throughout the year, we've encountered our fair share of challenges, but In the face of adversity, we found alternative suppliers, adjusted our business protocols to comply with COVID-19 guidelines, and adapted our business processes to become more efficient. So, what does the future hold for Join a Jar? We have 4 growth strategies planned, including adding a Christmas-themed baking jar and partnering with Badass Brownies to produce a gluten-free baking jar to sell at the Christchurch Farmers Market in early December. We have secured a sales opportunity at our school's annual production, and we plan to expand sales into new regions of NZ as we move to universities around the country. These growth strategies will enable Join a Jar to continue our mission to provide people with not just a yummy treat, but a joyful experience too. This is Join a Jar. Bake it, taste it, live it.
Yum, 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 yum. Awesome stuff, Georgia. Thank you so much for that pitch. We'll pull in our judges here for some questions for you. All right, judges, go for it. JR?
I'll keep my trend of talking about the numbers. Your production costs of $12.50 a jar, does that include all of your distribution costs and your material costs, or was some of the items donated?
That's inclusive of everything, so all of our cost of production, the jars, the ingredients within them, but that's exclusive of our labour. So as a new business, we decided to include that in our profit margin for now, rather than taking that out and counting it as our cost of production.
Fabulous. Thank you. Great presentation. Thanks.
Hi, Georgia. Thank you for your lovely presentation. It's been rather torturous out in this Spicify as well. I'm very hungry. Just wondered because I've seen some of these products before in a jar, and have you sort of sussed out what the competition might be like and how you would really make your product unique above all the others?
Yeah, so our 2 main competitions are Betty Crocker and then Edmonds and Lots Of. So Edmonds and Betty Crocker, they focus on, they're in the boxes, the cardboard boxes, and they're not as much of a gift idea. And they're obviously a lot cheaper, but they don't produce nearly as many cookies as ours do. Whereas Lots Of, they do produce their cookie baking mixes in a glass jar, but they are more expensive than ours and actually don't produce as many cookies. So I guess our unique selling point in comparison to Lots Of in particular is that our cookies produce 24, which theirs produce I think roughly about 14, and then also we're selling it for a lower price whilst remaining economically sustainable for our business.
Well, the pictures look delicious, so I'm sold. Thank you.
Any other questions? Right, okay. Georgia, nicely done. That was a great pitch to end on. So that was amazing. Thank you so much, and have a great evening. Hopefully we'll see you back here in just over half an hour, or just under half an hour.
Thank you so much.
All right, see you, Georgia. Okay, so we have made it through our 11 pitches. These 11 different Yes companies are vying to be the wildcard team to pitch at Yes Nationals on the 15th of December. So what our judges are doing right now is they are going to deliberate. They've got to look at these 11 teams and go back to the marking criteria and decide who's going to be that one team to be the wildcard winner. We are going to come back on here at 6 p.m. So we've got about 25 minutes until we come back together. And at that point, we'll have one of our judges to represent the group and talk about kind of their take on these pitches. And essentially, they'll be talking about how blown away they were by the quality of these 11 companies. And then they're going to announce who the wildcard winner is. So go ahead and stretch your legs, grab some snacks, make some cookies if you want, put some spicy sauces on something, and we'll see you back here at 6 p.m. See you guys. Hello. How's it going? Welcome back, everybody. So we have seen 11 amazing companies pitch for the chance to be the one wildcard team to make it to Yes Nationals next month. And now's the time to find out who that team's going to be. So I just want to shout out all of these teams right now and their teachers, because they are coming right into exam time. And many of them have so many exams to study for and other externals to turn in. And the fact that they've come back and given it their best to pitch today for this opportunity, I really want to thank the students and all those who are in their region supporting them and backing them. So thank you so much, guys, for doing that. I know I'll speak for myself and all of the viewers who are watching. It was really inspiring to see what you've done with your business, and especially to hear what you plan to do with it moving forward. So thank you so much, teams. We have Sita, one of our judges. She's going to be with us representing the 5 judges on the panel today. She's going to tell us a little bit about what the judges thought of this experience and give some feedback and general comments to the teams. And then we'll ask her to share with us who the winner is. But at this point, I'll hand it over to you, Sita. Just tell us a little bit about what that experience was like and what you guys thought as a judging panel.
Yeah, cool. Thank you, Liz. So yeah, on behalf of myself and the judges, I mean, it was a pretty hard decision. The presentations were phenomenal. And ultimately, I think all of us feel that there is a really, really positive outcome for this, knowing that we've got some amazing leaders that are just coming through, which is great. But a few key messages, you know, doing something like this takes courage, and that is huge, especially when you are coming into the entrepreneurship world. You know, trying to give something a go that no one else is willing to do is amazing, and being so young and taking on board that opportunity is a huge mihi to you all. You all presented with confidence. You were all very clear and articulate, and really beautiful to watch as well. I think ultimately, though, albeit the presentations were really good and you guys knew what you were talking about, I think a huge thing that we would like to see is actually more around the financials, and that is something significant. So just to encourage you all to maybe pay a bit more attention in that area to help grow, and also just your knowledge base as well around that area in your business, which is a huge, huge part of going further and scaling up and everything like that. Also, I know that you guys would have had amazing mentors and role models help you along this journey with Young Enterprise Scheme, but also looking at it as an opportunity that this is now your role. You guys are a role model. You guys are now going to be mentors for those who are coming up in the next generations ahead, and trying to take that responsibility not only through your business but also through a huge umbrella that you are now that you are now responsible for, whether you kind of know it or not. So what are words of wisdom, or what are things that you can actually take away from this program and help share it with others as well? Now, ultimately, we would love it if you could all win. But that is not the case for this kaupapa. So, you know, he tuku mihi kia koutou katoa. We just want to pay homage and thanks to you all again for doing such a courageous act and being a part of this whole entire thing. But we would like to give a huge congratulations to A-Ballroom Health and welcome them on board. So, homai te paki paki, big round of applause for you guys.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. So nice to meet you all. Really good to see you all on the screen. But yeah, we are just blown away by the amazing things that you are doing. Ultimately, the sort of area that you guys are targeting, the issues that teens have with the acne and how that affects, you know, your overall well-being through so many different aspects is something that we feel is a huge issue. You know, the fact that you guys are actually the digital natives and you are being brought up in this world of technology, albeit it's an amazing thing if leveraged really, really well, it can also be something that has a huge effects on teenagers and adults and whoever else is affected by it. But yeah, just that whole entire world that you guys are now in, but trying to take a business model to then try and create a solution for these problems is amazing. What you guys are doing is just going to absolutely grow, I'm sure. And we also want to just say, congratulations for taking on board this responsibility and then taking it into the whole entire motu across the country, going international, all of the things. I'll stop rambling now. But we'll give you guys the rako, hand over the stick to you guys, and if you have anything to say, go ahead.
Just a huge thank you to you and the other judges. It's to have the opportunity to pitch again and have another chance. Is just fantastic. So yeah, thank you.
Definitely. Yeah, I don't have much to add to that. I think this wildcard idea is such a great idea. So thank you to the team at Yes for picking it up this year, and of course thank you to the judges for giving it their time.
It is a pity that we can't be all together like we would normally, run these kaupapa. But what I would like to just throw it out there is all the judges are totally fine with you sending us products. We're more than happy to give out addresses, and we can trial it out and, really see if this stuff is a good thing or not.
We missed out. We had these beautiful gift boxes put together for our regional judges. Should have given them to you instead.
Oh, I'm sure Sina will share her address with you after
Not
this.
publicly, but I'm sure I can give it to someone that that will then get the package sent out to all of the judges.
Can we please pull up Sina's personal address and cell phone number and go ahead and broadcast
No. But yeah, ultimately, I think what you guys are doing is phenomenal. And I think everyone who has tuned in this evening, not just the judges, but all of those who are watching from wherever they're watching, would have been blown away by your presentation. You delivered it very eloquently. You were very charismatic. I love the play between you guys. Very confident in all of the dynamics of your business. You know it very, very well, and multiple strengths across multiple streams as well. So I'm really looking forward to you guys growing. But I think overall, just kia kaha, stay strong, and can't wait to see this being on international markets across the whole entire country. Oh, well, not country, but world.
Thank you very much.
It means a lot.
Well, so Abaro, you guys, you kind of went over the months and what you had achieved each month this year, and Nationals is on the 15th of December, which means you have half a month that you're going to be able to add into your pitch. What's coming up for the 15 days of December?
Oh, well, as we've talked a little bit about, we're definitely looking to make new products. So we probably won't have those in a much further developed stage, but working on those and continuing to get into more retail stores and things like that are all on the cards.
We're hoping to launch our new website, which is a huge improvement from our current one. And also we're hoping to release our kombucha within Otago, which would be an awesome achievement for Nationals.
Within Otago, okay, so everybody start buying some flights down just in case the kombucha. Awesome. Well, congratulations, guys. There's heaps. I don't know if you've been seeing them. You've probably been distracted, but lots of comments coming through up on the screen from folks who've been viewing, just congratulating you on a job well done and wishing you all the best of luck at Nationals. So thanks so much, and we will we'll see you on the 15th of December. So A-Ballroom Health is going to be joining 21 other regional winners from across the country who are pitching very similar to what you saw today. They're going to be pitching to a panel of judges and trying to become the company of the year. So if you'd like to tune into that, check out our website, youngenterprise.org.nz, and you can find all of the event details, including the links for how you can view the pitches during the day, and then join us for our award ceremony. Don't forget, start planning your color right now for a night of color and fun at 7:30 for the awards when that kicks off. So thank you so much to everybody who tuned in today and for supporting our young entrepreneurs across the country. Christmas is coming up, so if you need to do some shopping, you did hear about 11 amazing products and services, but there are hundreds more that you can find on the Yes Marketplace. So if you go to our website, you can find some links to the Yes Marketplace, where you'll see hundreds of young enterprise companies on there and ways that you can buy and support them heading into Christmas. All right. Thanks very much, everybody. Have a great evening, and we'll see you on the 15th of December at Nationals. Bye.